Welcome. It's always amazing to see you all every day, tuning in. And Ria and I are going to be talking about the theme for this week. We've been talking about money mindset and everything to do with success and money. And how do you think about money? How do you feel joyous? Do you feel calm? Do you feel ease around money? And so today we're going to be talking about chapter 2 of Think and Grow Rich. So welcome. My name is Alka.
And I'm Ria, and welcome to our show.
So good morning, guys. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 2 from the book Think and Grow Rich. So chapter 2 talks about thoughts become things. And that is so powerful. Your thoughts, what you think about each and every day becomes things, becomes your reality. If you're thinking positive, what you become in the process, what you manifest, what you want, all becomes things, and it becomes your reality. However, if you're thinking lack, if you're thinking negative, then that is what's going to be your reality. So you got to be so careful when you think about things, so your thoughts do become things. And this is what becomes so powerful. And I want to share a story in the book. Is about this gentleman, 𝗦𝗵𝗲, who his burning desire was to work with, not to pay for, to be with Thomas Edison, who we all know today was the inventor of the light bulb, Thomas Edison. So 𝗦𝗵𝗲, his burning desire. So you got to have a burning desire. So when I say about your thoughts become things and why it's so powerful, is because you got to have a mixture of persistence. You got to have that burning desire, and you have to take actions as to what it is you want. So if your burning desire is to work with someone, you got to take action to make everything possible to work with that someone. If it's a mentor that you want to work with, you will do whatever it takes. You will take actionable steps to make that happen. So Ria, chapter 2 today is about thoughts become things. Do you want to chime in on anything what's been said?
Sure. So one of my business mentor is Brandon Dawson, and he tells us all the time in our weekly meeting, your words becomes your thoughts becomes your actions, and your actions becomes your habit. So what you say is what you do. What you do is what you do becomes your actions every day. So, and your actions create the habit. So we have to be careful with our thoughts. See, our mind is like a garden, and we plant seeds in them. Either they're good thoughts or they're bad thoughts. So we have to be very careful about selecting the great seed. So what I usually do in my daily activities is I write down my goals for the day. I have long-term goal and I have short-term goal. So I want to plant good seeds every single day. So I write down the goals that I need to accomplish to get to where I want to go, to get to my long-term goal. And one of the things that I do in writing down is daily gratitude. So I thank the Lord for waking up every day, for having a new day to start a new beginning, to be a better person than I was yesterday. I pray, I meditate for a couple of minutes. I'm a Catholic by religion, so I do pray the rosary, and that's meditation for me. And I put in a exercise. I take care of my body, because in order for us to take care of thoughts, we need to take care of our body. And then I proceed doing the rest of my daily activities in accomplishing my goal. And what are my goals? So I do apartment investing. So one of the things I do is I look at properties. I look at about 10 to 100 properties every day, online, or talking to friends, or talking to agents, or talking to my neighbors. So that's how I look at, not just online, but talking to friends and family is a part of looking as well. After that, I looked at my tenants' complaints or concerns, because they provide me income. In return, I take care of their problems. And then I try to read a book every day. That is, I put more knowledge into my thoughts, into my brain, so that I can grow and scale my apartment business. So that's what I usually do for the day. And that's how my thoughts becomes my words, and my words becomes my action, and my daily action becomes my habit.
That is beautiful. Love that. So yeah, your thoughts, be so mindful. We've always got to be mindful of our thoughts, because our thoughts, you know, our thoughts and feelings. So what I love is, you know, your thoughts, your actions. So we need to be connected on the 4 planes: spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. As Ria mentioned, you know, you got to take care of your physical health. And a lot of mentors, and even our mentors before, like, you know, people like we mentioned in the Think and Grow Rich, you know, Nightingale, all the mentors before us, they all have a ritual. They wake up early in the morning and they all do physical activities of some kind. So that is very important. And they all write their goals, and that is very important. So every mentor in the history that we all know of, they all have rituals, they all have routines, that they get their mindset all geared up for the great day. So before I sway away, I just want to mention what Ria just mentioned, just touch base on. You know, your thoughts become your actions. Your thoughts become everything. They become your reality. And the more you think about whether it's negative or positive, that is what you will attract in your reality. So what Ria just mentioned is about planting the seeds. And Earl Nightingale, who was Bob Proctor's mentor. If you all know of Bob Proctor, you know, he recently passed away, but his mentor was Earl Nightingale, who was a force back in the 50s. And Earl Nightingale talked about in his video, the Strangest Secret, and he talked about your mind, like you know, there are 2 plants, right? A farmer can plant 2 plants of the same kind, of a corn, for example, right? So one is with a deadly poison, and the other is, you know, just a normal seed that the farmer's planting. So the one that has a deadly poison seed is obviously, it's the negative seed that's not going to grow into fruition. But the seed that the farmers planted is going to grow to be a healthy vegetable, you know, the corn. So the 2 seed, one seed, you know, the both are planted differently. One with a deadly poison, and the other, the, you know, seed that he's just planted. So it's just like humans, it's just like us, you know, we with the same people, same human being, you know, Ria and I, one can be thinking negative, one can be thinking positive. So it's up to us as to how and what we invite into our life. Okay, so quick segue, that was a quick segue, but so I was talking about Edwin C. Barnes, who had a burning desire to talk and work with Thomas Edison. And so what did Edwin Barnes do? He didn't have money to even buy a train ticket to go to Thomas Edison's laboratory in New Jersey. He didn't have money. And so, but he had a burning desire. And so, friends, if you have a burning desire to work with someone, with a mentor, for example, with a friend, if you have a burning desire, that desire will come about because you are planting seeds along the way. And so chapter 2 really is a powerful chapter because it's all about your thoughts. How do you think about, what do you think about every day? And those thoughts are what leads us to our actions. So Edwin, he took the action. He found out somehow how, he got the money, he got the train ticket, took the train to New Jersey to Thomas Edison's laboratory. And his goal was to work with, so to be in partnership with Thomas Edison, so he can learn the tricks and trades. How did Thomas Edison, how was he successful? And he was a rich man back in the early 1700s. So Edwin C. Barnes wanted to learn everything. How did Edison, how is he becoming so rich? How is he doing? And I want to learn from him. So Ria, yes, so our mentors, Brandon, Dawson, Grant Cardone, all the mentors, how have they gotten success? So we are learning from our mentors, right, Ria? So what would you say that if people are wanting, how do they find mentors? What would you say will be the roadmap that people can go and that they find the mentors who are going to be aligned with you? And that's the important thing too. If you're looking for a mentor, it's got to be aligned with the goal, so that whatever is your burning desire, then you will have that fulfilled. So Ria, what would you say is that if you wanted to find a mentor, what would you say would be some of the steps the viewers would need to take to find a mentor?
Sure. So what I did, based on the apartment industry that I'm on, I tried to look for somebody who has a lot of apartment units, meaning they've proven the strategy, they've done what they're talking about, what they're speaking. Their action speaks louder than their word. So you can Google somebody in the space that you want to venture in. So for me, I want to go more into apartment investing. So I tried to Google somebody that has 10,000 apartments. And when you Google 10x Grant Cardone, he's everywhere, he's omnipresent. So that's the first thing that would come up when I search for, apartment gurus or apartment mentor. And then I try to read more about the person. I don't go wide. I don't go, have a lot of mentors in the apartment space, because then I would only know superficially about that person. I want to go deep and wide into one mentor, into one guru. So what I did in 2015 was I followed and studied Grant Cardone, his sales, his teachings on how you can become a great salesperson or better in negotiation. I followed him in the apartment journey as well. So now he has over 12,000 units, and that's how I grow and scale my one single family home to 67 apartment units. So what he's doing, I'm following in my small scale, at a time. So you just find somebody out there that's doing what you love to do, and then make sure that you go deep and wide on that person.
Exactly. And that's a good point. When you're looking for a mentor, you don't have to have, work with or find, 10 mentors like Edwin C. Barnes. He wanted to just work with Thomas Edison. He didn't say, I want to work with Thomas Edison, I want to work with Nightingale. No, it was just the one person. So as Ria mentioned, just find the one mentor who is aligned with your goals. You know where you want to go. They have been there, the mentors who are successful. Even today, they are successful at what they're doing. They have not retired. On the contrary, they keep going because they have this burst of energy. They have this burning desire to keep on going until they're maybe in their 90s. I think Grant can do that. He seems like he's got this ball of energy. But you know what? But find a mentor who is today, you know, leading that burning, that blazing trail, that you just want to be on that trail because you know where you want to go, because they've been there and you want to be there. So that is very important, to be the goals that you have, the burning desire that you have to really, you know, up level your life, in your life and in business, more importantly, is really going to take you a long way. But you've got to take the actionable steps that go along with that. Just like Edwin C. Barnes, you know, he took the step and he met Thomas Edison. He was in New Jersey in the 1700s. He was in his laboratory, but that was his burning desire. And you know what, Ria, when I think about burning desire, what comes to my mind is that you got to have that willingness. You've got to be willing and able to achieve what it is that you want. So whether it is you want to meet someone, it could be like Oprah, or you want to meet Oprah one day, whether it's your burning desire to, you know, whatever your goals are, that will come about. Because actually last week we talked about money, and we talked about success, and today we're talking about thoughts become your things, which means thoughts become your reality. So whatever you're thinking about, negative or positive, it is going to have a direct implication in your life today. So Ria, so when I think about burning desire, what comes to my mind is that you got to be having the willingness. You're going to be hungry. As Les Brown says, you're going to be hungry, right? So that's what I think. What do you think about when you think about burning desire?
Yes, Alka. So my final thoughts to our viewers is, success starts with a burning desire inside each and every one of us. And yes, there will be hardships, there will be obstacles, but we never ever quit. We never ever quit, okay? So change your thoughts and we change our world. So that's my final thoughts to you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Exactly. There you go. Your thoughts are everything. And so before we do close off this morning, I just wanted to say thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always being here with us. We love seeing you and having you. So, you know, so the final thoughts that I will also leave is that be mindful of what you think about each and every day, because whether it's negative or positive, it's going to have a direct implication on our reality. So stay well, friends, and we will see you tomorrow. So same time, same place, and you guys are amazing.